Thanks for having you here. It's a pleasure for us that you will join us in our studio. Yeah, first of all, the most important question for our fantastic and fanatic audience in Germany. Will we have an NFL international game in Germany?
I certainly think there will be a game here. It's a question of when and where. It's possible that it is as early as 2022 and it would not be later than 2023. But we are in a process currently where we've asked cities and regions to form consortia and to pitch their own city to us as a capable city of hosting an NFL game. And it's a very complex thing to host an NFL game. So we're talking with government, regional, city, owners of stadia, football clubs who form consortia. And we're talking to a large number, because there's good interest in Germany, of cities. And in the next few weeks, we will narrow that number down to probably, we think, 3 finalists where we will get into much deeper conversations. So the question of the timing is about if we can do this process by 2022, October or November. It's also complicated next year by World Cup, international football windows, availability of stadia, but we're working our way through all of that.
But first of all, this is the good news. So there will be a game. Hat gesagt, es wird ein Spiel geben, entweder 2022 schon oder 2023. Das ist, glaube ich, wichtig für uns alle. Aber wir sind gerade in der Bewerbungsphase und darüber wollen wir noch ein bisschen weiter sprechen. Die Frage ist in dem Fall tatsächlich, how many cities or stadiums did apply in your process right now?
We had about 6 or 7 that showed real interest and have been through the process of looking to see whether their capability is there to host those games. But there's been large interest, which you kind of expect again from Germany, given the fan level and so on. So,
is there a deadline, a certain deadline when
those submissions had to come in on the 10th of September, and now we're working through those submissions to narrow it down to have far deeper conversations with the finalists, which I say is 2 or 3 cities. We're looking for a partner over a period of about 4 years, not to move the game around Germany, but to have it with a partner, because each year it will get better and we have a deeper relationship than just the game or the week of the game. We want to get involved in community activities. We want to set an NFL academy up here at some point, charitable foundations, etc. What we've been doing in England in recent years and so on, it gives the fans a more tangible contact point and more relevance for the NFL in Germany. And that's what a game will do.
Please give us an idea. What are the concrete criteria for being successful in this process? Capacity is one, I guess?
Capacity to a certain extent. To qualify, it's over 45,000 capacity or so.
That's the minimum you need?
Yeah, I think so, around about that. And unless there was something else that meant that we would drop a bit because there were other things that were very strong in that city. Obviously, the size of the actual field, size of the changing rooms and how they can develop changing rooms to match the very large squad size.
So you need more space on the pitch
and even
inside and
in the
outside
stadium.
The stadium.
We like also to have areas outside of the actual stadium for activities. We like fan zones. We need certain amounts of security, transport concessions. So, it's quite complex.
You need a big airport, I guess.
An airport would help as well. But again, I think an airport's good because I think there won't just be fans in Germany to come to these games. We have 6,000 German visitors each year in London. I think you'll have fans from all over Europe come into these cities. It's a huge economic boost and obviously gives great visibility to any city who is involved in this.
6,000 coming from Germany to London and 1,000 into our party in London, generally. So I can promise you won't have any problems to make a sellout in the stadium after you...
I don't think so. Okay. I think Germany, they'll come from everywhere in Germany and they'll come from outside. It's whether you can get a ticket, I guess, is the issue.
From the capacity, I think there's Berlin, there is Dortmund and Munich, which are the biggest arenas. Are they possible?
I think the obvious cities, again, the reason why I'm not being specific is because each of those cities have a government element to it. They have to go through their own, sometimes democratic or bureaucratic process. And I don't want to lead that process because it can create some issues in those cities. But I think, you're mentioning cities that would be very, very good candidates in this process for us.